EG. These two teams are very familiar with each other. As Fly, he's gonna get stunned up by DNM, and he's gonna be brought down. So first blood goes the way of DNM himself on this position 1 Svenny boy here that I haven't gotten to see a ton of lately, Cinderman.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on him in this current meta?
Pretty, oh well, let's just say highly situational. I think there was enough merit to it here to make it a good pick. He's good against Lycan, and like the panel pointed out, there's a lot of physical damage in the enemy team, so Warcry offers a lot for the entire team. So I think this was a very cool idea from them to grab this hero here. I was actually expecting, even after the players had picked their heroes, that 5RATFORCESTAFF was going to pull an EG here and swap their lanes, so that Speed was playing off-lane Furion, and they would play a mid-lane Caudle. But it does look like they will stick to their respective lanes as usual, with the players, that is. And the weirdest thing about this whole thing for me is probably the 5 Skywrath. I have pretty bad experience with this. It used to be a thing, I think all the way back in 2014 or something. Alliance played this as a 5 on Ake, if I'm not mistaken. But for the most part, from my perspective, this hero suffers from having too few items. You can technically play it as a 4 from the safe lane support role, I suppose. As long as they give Albino Zebra enough farm, that could work. But I'm a little bit skeptical about this hero's impact in this game, also because of its matchups. Lycan is the nightmare for this hero. I think it's the single worst core to play against in the whole game.
Yep. And like you said, it's not going to be a core, so likely not to get an Atos anytime soon to fight off the Lycan. Of course, not going to do much against the creeps, unless you get Gleipnir on a Skywrath Mage to counter Lycan and his creeps.
The classic.
Would not recommend it. Sure, the win percentage is probably high if you look on Dota buff, is my guess, Cinderin.
Yeah, most heroes with very weird items will have a high win rate because it's picked when you're winning.
That's right. So. A win more item, if you will. Lil Nick has been playing the Caudle in the off lane. And it's been a while since I've seen Arteezy on the Luna as the zip on out by Giant.
I have to praise EG's draft in this game as well. This is a hero combination that I actually think, if I remember correctly, this was actually something that one of my teams as well played multiple years ago at this point. The Luna Dazzle Lycan strat, where you use the fact that you get... Oh, Lil Nick is in big trouble here, by the way. He might actually just tick out. He's going to die to one more hit. He's dead.
He is taunting, though, so you know that he's not that upset about it.
So there's a couple of things that make the strategy really cool. First of all, you have the Dazzle heal together with the Wolves. And then Dazzle puts on minus armor with Bad Juju, which makes Lycan stronger. Your Luna makes all of your allies' physical damage stronger with Lunar Blessing. And these 3 heroes combined are really good at taking Roche. So you hit this like mid-game insane teamfight timing if you buy some sort of utility on other heroes like auras or whatever it is, which Lycan is really good at. Where the Luna plus whatever mid hero you have really come online together with that. So I love this strat, and I really do favor EG because I like the strategy so much. But I think the 5RATFORCESTAFF's ideas are very cool on a hero-to-hero level to try to solve it. So
yeah, we'll see if they can slow down the push that you're talking about. EG's lineup in general is super aggressive in literally every form other than maybe Luna in the very early stages of the game is Fly. Gonna take the Illuminate. Good damage. And gets off the Poison Touch. Onto Giant as he attempts to run away. Fly looks like he'll live, but they'll get the trade, or the actual kill onto Giant.
Fly's getting rich, man. That's 2 kills in a row in the safe lane. Might have wanted to give that to Arteezy if he could, but by no means is it bad to get gold on the 5. I think Dazzle also, like, if he gets to that stage that I talked about with a bit of luxury from Dazzle can definitely help. You know, another aura item or another little thing for that 20-minute timing can make a very big difference. So
you can see Speed off to a pretty good start in the mid lane. 21-8 versus Abed's Puck, which is 18-2 as Crit. He's going to show himself mid. The nice shards blocking Speed in, but he's just going to TP out. Okay. Looks like the snowball is enough to cancel it. It's a waste to the last second, so they can do as much damage as possible. Crit. I think they're trying to turn this around. Albino Zebra. I mean, if you can hit him with one tag team, that's another great counter to this hero.
That's the dream. So they get the kill and crit dies as fast as possible after, so that the experience in the mid wave goes to the puck. Crit gets a full refill, and they gave away no experience. Giant is in big trouble.
Oof.
He's still ticking, right?
Yeah, he is.
He is fine because of the tango.
Yeah, Fly in the meantime, though. He's going to face the wrath of Albino Zebra. Gets off the Arcane Bolt. Pops the wand, and the roll in is not quite enough. A nice Lucent Beam, but Fly still dies to the Arcane Bolt. Giant's just going to have to limp back to base. But yeah, Arteezy, 21-8 right now, and on the other side of the coin, you see 30-3 on the Sven for DNM. And I mean, how fearsome of a hero can this still be? Because I mean, I still have a bit of PTSD from the old, like when Ags was first introduced and it was just like super popular for like 6 months straight. It just felt like the carry for that year. How does it fare these days, would you say, like in that mid to late game?
A very farmed Sven can still totally carry games, especially if he's played with a hero combination that allows him to stick on targets. So, you know, a tried and true pairing would be something like Puck, right? So you have somebody else setting you up to just go to town.
All right, Coil missed by Abed. It's a little bit missed opportunity. Very happy with that.
But yeah, I think if Sven goes for the normal trajectory here and he just keeps ramping up, I do think EG are a little bit on a timer, to be honest. I think 5RATFORCESTAFF have a very good chance late game in this one. I think all of their heroes scale well. Even the 5 Skyrath, the Lycan matchup will always be a problem for him, but he has some very useful utility later on. Earth Spirit is one of the best late game supports. Even the Caudal 3 has a lot of room to grow. So
Little Nick
has a lot of room to die.
Of trouble. Fly and Arteezy pretty easily clean him up. Now Bino Zebra's a little late to the party, but he doesn't even have mana to work with, so we'll just have to try to leech a little bit of XP here.
I read a suggestion about Sven that I found interesting. I'm curious what you think. What if Ags was toggleable?
So you don't have to go with it?
Yeah, so you can choose if you want to fly with the hammer.
Right. Well, speed. He's going to get stuck inside the shards. Ooh, nice sprout to get onto the other side.
So basically, if you had Ags on Sven, you can choose if you want to connect with your hammer or not. So you can just throw out a casual stun when you want to instead of backpacking your Ags.
Yeah.
And if you're Rubik and you steal Stormhammer and you have Ags, it doesn't suck.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, who cares about Rubik, honestly? Yeah, that's a good idea. I like it.
I'm sure there's a dev or two that would love for Rubik to be removed from the game, so they care about it in a negative way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hardest hero to keep up to date with each. I mean, they probably have one employee just dedicated to Rubik. Jeff Hill's secretary is just Rubik only.
You go on a date and you're like, hey, so what do you do for a living? I code Rubik.
Yep, just keep it
40
Rubik
hours
up to
a
date.
week.
I would believe it.
And Jeff is like, I'm Jeff, and then everybody's like, oh shit.
It's Jeff. Jeff's here, everybody.
It's Jeff.
No, but I think that's a great quality of life change, and I see no downside. I don't see what the possible reason for the downside to be is. Arteezy not going to get connected on, but Sprout, and they turn into Tree Ants, but the Wrath of Nature not quite in time.
Yeah, that needed to be precast for that gank to work. If that connected before he TP'd out, he would have died if it was a max damage one.
Yeah, DNM getting chased off by a crit now. And
Crit doesn't want a high five, it looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Very rude young man.
He looks very angry.
Yep. DNM going for the Echo Saber.
So annoying. Look at that.
Oh, pops the Gaben Strength just to take out this camp. That's an interesting choice.
Do you actually just replace God with Gaben in every spell?
Yeah, there's Hand of Gaben, Gaben Strength, Gaben's Rebuke.
Gaben-like? Beyond Gaben-like?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I didn't think about that. Oh, DNM, okay. He had an ancient stack to take, so...
What do you call a goddess?
Gabenilla?
Alright, that... No?
I was just on the spot, Cinder. I don't have these names queued up ahead of time as Albino Zebra will be drawn.
Oh my god, it sounds like some sort of sweet vanilla replacement.
I thought you were going to say it sounds like a rapper. Lil Nick.
Lil Nick sounds like a rapper, okay?
That's
not gay vanilla.
Offhead to the low ground. Okay, Nightfall comes in with that shapeshift, just applying all the pressure to Lil Nick, but turns his sights onto speed instead. That's a much higher priority target, and they rip apart that Nature's Prophet. And they're going to turn this into a tier 1 tower. So again, we saw this last game. EG, obviously with this push lineup, want to get off to the right, get off to a fast start, I should say, and they're doing that already. As Echo Saber now online for DNM.
Yeah, I'm curious how he goes about his build this game. So Echo's fine. Do you go Echo into BKB straight away? Do you get a Mom on the way and then disassemble the Echo for a faster BKB? Like, what's the plan going to be? Because it's a really delicate game to play Sven in. You're probably going to get 1, maybe 2 chances, and if you mess up those moments, you lose. So those fights, he has to nail them. If he does it correctly, he could win the game for his team. But even 1 or 2 slight missteps, that's what's so dangerous about playing against lineups like the one EG has, is when everything comes together at this point in the game, it can get nasty really quickly for a hero like Sven.
Yeah.
Okay, he's eyeing up the blink. Not sure how much I like that. I think he really needs... Oh,
we're gonna see the punch. Little Nick dead. Coil was expended for that. As okay, God Strength popped by DNM, so they're gonna get a trade of sorts. A
Walrus for a horse. Sounds like a good old trade.
If they came out with a hippo mount, they would make a lot of money. I'm pretty sure.
For which hero?
I don't know. I have to think about that one.
I guess.
Yeah, he has an alligator. Okay, pig pole. Speed. Very speedy as a result, but... So at what stage of the game do you start worrying about the Sven? Obviously, it's still pretty early on, but it feels like he's getting all the farm that he wants right now. Obviously, some towers are being pushed, and he's not going to be able to do too much about it yet. Like I said, has the Echo Saber, and you brought up the Blink Dagger, and you don't like that. But
yeah, so my concern with the Blink, I understand the logic of if he gets this, maybe he can jump and just kill off the Dazzle before he saves people, but I'm a little bit worried that he doesn't have enough to just stand his ground, because the problem here is you jump in as Sven and you start the fight, you're going to get bullied out so fast by the enemy team if they just turn on you with everything that they have. Like, even if you have Warcry running, you should not underestimate just how insane physical damage this Radiant lineup has around that time that he gets the Blink. So what I was thinking was to get either a BKB bridge item into BKB or just go straight for it now and then get attack speed so that when the fight is on, you can stand at your ground and just deliver. And then rely a little bit more on the Earth Spirit to catch or
the roll back in. Albino Zebra gets punched into the skybox. And they're going to find Giant as well. And it feels like every time this shapeshift is activated, there's just way too many creeps to deal with on 5RATFORCESTAFF's side, who are now down 3k. And you can see Arteezy kind of just, I mean, this feels like a 4v5 right now, where he's just been chilling in the bot lane. And just pushing it out while the rest of his team takes towers, gets pickoffs, and gets lots of map control. But now we have TP from 5RATFORCESTAFF. Looks like they want to smoke up potentially.
Definitely smoke. Kind of an awkward timing. DNM has 2k unspent gold, so
yeah,
he should really finish off his Blink before they make this move if it's possible. Oh, they're not smoking either. They're just, okay, they're basically just escorting the king to his jungle.
Okay. And the Helm of the Overlord already done. Holy jeez. That was, the stat showed 1 minute faster.
Oh, see you later, Roche.
As Roche is melting. Man, that is such a fast Helm of the Overlord. That's kind of insane. Has the dragon now. Abed with the Aegis. Obviously, Luna's not really ready to go high ground with an Aegis, so better to give it to the mid laner. Oh, speed. Okay, they got the coil onto 2, but the instant silence as finally the phase shift comes out thanks to the snowball.
And the grave.
He gets graved at the last moment as well. They're going to get a kill as a result of this. Still phase shift. Remember, he still has the Aegis anyway as Arteezy pops the Eclipse, and down goes Speed. Abed staying alive, but finally the Spirit Vessel ticks him out. So the Aegis is expended as DNM. All right, coming in for a little cleanup crew. Takes out Crit. But it's only 2 supports dead for EG as Abed and Arteezy potentially looking to chase DNM. But now that Nightfall shapeshifts down, looks like they're just going to reset. So Aegis, at the very least, okay.
Hang on.
Yep, Stormhammer is there as Nightfall pops a shapeshift. And yeah, DNM has to be very careful. Oh my god! He got the crit at the last moment. Holy jeez. That was filth.
Did he not? I guess he didn't have Warcry running, right? He must have not had Warcry running, dude. That the damage of Lycan Dazzle is just so insane when you just get to to just lay into a single target like that. That was dirty. My god.
And that'll extend the lead for EG to 4K as Fly is getting ganked on the other side. Mystic Flare's there. And no way to dispel this quite yet, but the Koi, he's going to stay alive. And they take out Albino Zebra instead. And they get another on top with a tier 2 tower next on the list.
Okay, I'll tell you something. There is something really satisfying about watching Lycan Dazzle kill supports. Just as annoying as it is playing against Lycan as a support. It's kind of like it's funny to know, you know, see PAs crit daggers and heroes and they just die in one hit. It looks really cool and it's very satisfying to watch, but damn. You just feel for these supports, man. Like the moment they go and cast a spell, if they're even the slightest out of position, they're gone. Like, just no mercy.
Speed is spotted out.
Toast.
And, well, they've used both stuns. Oh, there's the Walrus Punch to follow anyway.
Doesn't matter.
No chance for Speed. 6K lead EG as we...
He did turn into a pig before he died, though. So,
okay, that's
yeah,
important.
so no Warcry here. Look at this damage. So 1,400 HP.
Let's see if he would have gotten out without this last crit on this auto attack. That's
that
close.
Was borderline, yeah.
It's close. Might have been enough anyway, but tough to tell.
That sound effect playing over Arteezy's smile.
Crit. Oh, he's going to spot DNM. Do they see him? No, they do at the last moment. Okay, Stormhammer and the blink in, and he gets blown up.
All right.
So 5RATFORCESTAFF, I mean, they've gotten a couple pickoffs, but the problem is it's only been the supports, really.
Yeah.
Like, Arteezy's been, I mean, all 3 cores. Like, you can look at my screen, Cinder, and they're all flaming. I got the flaming cosmetic. That means they haven't died recently. They're on some kill streak action. Fly looks to be fine.
Yeah, they know the smoke is coming too. They saw it on the mid ward. They got pinged immediately by Crit where he got ganked. They still smoked in the AoE of the Radiant Vision. So Fly knows how long he can stay there for, drops 1 Shadow Wave and gets out. And you can tell Arteezy is very aware something might be coming his way. So just a little bit of chill in the trees, you know, to have a little breather.
And now Abed with the regen rune. And, I mean, next rush won't be for a while, so that...
Oh, this move from EG is going to be really lining. Good.
Yeah, Eclipse is ready to go. Arteezy does not have BKB yet. He's going to show himself. There's the Eclipse. Giant is just dead. And the silence onto Crit, but it looks like Albino Zebra trying to find a way out. He is pretty speedy, but he's going to get trapped by one of the best Tusk, if not the best Tusk in the entire world in Crit. So 2 kills for EG in a short amount of time. And this lead is starting to balloon a little bit.
It's been 6K for a while, I feel like. They're not really...
It's ballooning.
They're not really gaining that much ground in terms of the gold, but I reckon they are in terms of the experience, right? No, it's also pretty much flatlining, but still a huge advantage, and this EG lineup still hasn't hit its apex, in my opinion. I think it's coming up.
Oh, DNM. Okay, he's going to turn his sights onto Abed, but the Illusory Orb was already out, so now the rest of 5RATFORCESTAFF on the run. Okay. Oh, man. Whoa, Abed is juking all over the place.
Did he just silence him while jumping? He just jumped across the rolling...
I'm sure we'll see the replay of that, but the fight might not be over yet. Although
that was
DNM...
pretty sick. He silenced a cross-rolling boulder. That is such a narrow window. Very cool.
I mean, Abed
didn't really matter, but it looked awesome. So
Abed has had a lot of practice on Puck, only to be outdone by Storm Spirit, of course.
Is this his second most played?
It must be. Maybe Void Spirit? Let's see. Alright, Dodge is there.
So you're going to see it here. So Earth is going to try to roll in him here. Just silence the cross. That's a pretty narrow window.
That's pretty sick.
And both heroes survive, so it really wasn't that cool. But it was cool. Okay. So I think here's when it gets really scary for the Dire. When Arteezy gets his next item, so he's actually going Sanjin Yasha, which I don't know if that's really...
interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty unusual on Luna, but sometimes it is the right game for it. I'm okay with it. I don't know if it's necessarily the best item, theoretically speaking, but it's fine. When they get the next row, that's when things...
DNM. Okay, goodbye, Crit. Goodbye. He's not quite dead, though.
Goodbye.
Grave. And now the Eclipse to try to counteract this. Speed is going to be the first one to fall, and Crit survives. How is that possible?
Shallow grave, baby.
Man, it felt like they were playing a little bit more passive than they could have. Right, okay. BKB by Arteezy. He's going to stop a TP for Giant. And we'll get the kill as a result. And you can see Crit taking Albino Zebra in the meantime. And yeah, they're just dropping like flies as EG, now that they have the number advantage and the creeps to boot, they can take these towers super fast.
I mean, they could get Rax here in 15 seconds. This is scarily quick. Let's see if they can mount the defense with the heroes that they have. Okay, maybe that's exaggerated. Maybe they don't actually get it.
Oh, Crit gets the Walrus Punch. DNM is forced to pop the BKB. Will get Crit in the end, though.
Okay, that is...
Speed with the Sprout. Okay, has the Shard now, so Arteezy kind of stuck inside. Looks like he'll get out eventually. Has the S and Y.
Do they still want to push? I thought they were maybe going to grab at least the tower during that timing, but when they started jumping on the Sven in the base, they prioritized that over the tower.
Yeah, I think with, I mean, the timer on Roche, we won't know, but in 40 seconds, it's possible to spawn. So I'm sure EG has that number written down somewhere. As, like this, it felt like they weren't, I don't know. Maybe they got blocked a bit by the trees. They definitely could have killed him. What a turnaround from EG there.
Should really not underestimate how much it matters sometimes, the new ult, right? The bad juju, the activation heal that you use. Because after I think he's healed Crit once or twice there, and he has Shallow Grave, so he should have 3 stacks. So just gets that extra heal at the end of the grave, also with the heal amp. All of the little things just add up quite quickly.
Albino Zebra dead.
The life of a 5 Skywrath mage. It is just...
Yeah.
Rough stuff. Rough, tough stuff. Yeah, DNM.
Got it.
I mean, what's next on the list for him? It must be like a Daedalus. Surely.
Maybe AC is better. I'm still concerned about his ability to just stand. You know, now there's another minus armor source on the Radiant with Nightfall grabbing the AC. So you've got AC plus Bad Juju plus Tag Team with Luna Aura. I think Sven needs AC or he's just gonna get pushed out of the fight even during BKB.
Alright, I have a question. It's gonna seem like a very stupid question, Cinderin. But we might have to hold that thought. Like, if you're farming this fast on Lycan, surely boots at some point makes sense. I understand you don't need it when you're ulted, but your ult doesn't really last that long. Like, why do you not have brown boots at this stage? Like, doesn't it become worth it at some point?
It's a good question. I'm kind of with you that I feel like if you look over the course of an entire game, that 500 gold would have probably paid itself back in terms of just overall map movement, right? Yeah. At some point, it should work kind of like... It's kind of like not having Midas in a sense.
Okay, DNM punched into the air. He pops the BKB. Oh, the glaze bounce. That last one is enough. And down goes DNM. And, well, Skywrath was in the area, so he's going to die too.
Pretty much.
No buybacks for either of them. And when then Luna is in your base, this is what happens.
So to answer your boots thing on Lycan, I think the thing is, when does it feel right to buy it, right? Because no matter when you buy it, you're delaying another item. So maybe now you've got your key components, right? You've got Drum, Overlord, AC. Maybe now you can buy the boots. Because, like, let's say you buy it after Overlord, then you're just delaying another teamfight item. Like, that 500 gold doesn't make itself back that fast, right?
Crit jumps into the back, just trying to control Lil Nick as BKB's popped by Arteezy, and I believe GG's are about to come out as EG just completely overwhelmed 5RATFORCESTAFF with the push.
I love that lineup.
There's nothing they could do about it.